Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're spinning for my May TBR and I simply can't believe it. May, are you kidding me? I feel like it was literally just the previous year and I'm feeling very confused, but I'm also very excited. As always, the physical copies of books that I'm feeling up to reading this month I have right here. And then I also have my spinner wheel, and in the spinner wheel, if you guys see books that aren't here, you can pretty much assume that they're either ready to check out from the library or they're on Kindle Unlimited. So I feel like we have a really good mix. I honestly don't know what I'm in the mood for in May. The only book that I for sure want to read is Funny Story by Emily Henry, because that did come out and I've been waiting like a year for this. So that is obviously my number one goal. I hope that the wheel chooses it. And then I've also been feeling a little bit slumpy, so I'm just gonna put some faith in the wheel. Okay, I have my spinner wheel pulled up and I'm so excited. Like I was saying, I have been feeling a little bit slumpy in April, so oh my gosh, Iron Flame is actually a book that I have had in this wheel for months now, probably ever since that book came out, and literally has just never gotten chosen anytime I do this video. And I've heard mixed reviews about Iron Flame. This is the sequel to the viral internet TikTok fantasy book Fourth Wing, and I personally really enjoyed Fourth Wing. It wasn't like a 5-star read for me, but I really thought it was entertaining and action-packed, and of course I loved the dragons. And so this series follows Violet and Xaden, who are basically dragon riders. And I'm definitely curious to see what they get up to in the second book. So yeah, I know that this is ready for me to check out from the library this month. So hopefully I'm feeling in the mood to read that. I feel like I've been waiting for it to get selected in the wheel. So yeah, let me know what you guys have thought about this series so far. Again, I've heard some people really loving the second book and others not so much. So yeah, let a girl know. Okay, up next, I think I'm going to be spinning for 5. That's my usual number because I am not a ninja reader like many of the other booktubers here. Okay, Things We Hide from the Light. All right, the next book that got chosen in the TBR wheel is Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. This actually did get chosen in April's TBR video. However, I had read like another small town romance book got chosen, and so I didn't really want to read 2 of them back to back, so I didn't get to it. But I feel like this is a sign from the universe telling me that maybe this is the next book that I should read. Again, I don't own this. It's Kindle Unlimited, so I think this is just going to be a Kindle month. I use Libby to get all of my library books, so I tend to read those on my Kindle and then Kindle Unlimited books on my Kindle. But I do need to make my way through my physical TBR, so hopefully something from this pile gets picked soon. But yeah, I digress. Things We Hide from the Light is the second book in the Knock 'Em Out trilogy, and the Knock 'Em Out trilogy, again, it's this small town romance series, and it follows 2 brothers, and I think they're best friend. And so I read the first book in the series. I think I gave it like a 4 or a 4.5. I did film a reading vlog actually when I read that book, and I had so much fun reading it. The first book is like a kind of enemies to lovers vibe, grumpy sunshine, but I tend to really like the nice guy romances, and I'm pretty sure that that's what this one is, Things We Hide from the Light. Like, I'm pretty sure that the brother that we follow in this book is like a sweeter guy, and I tend to prefer that. I'm very curious to see what I think of it, and again, I would just really love to actually finish this series this year, but I say that every year, so who knows? Okay, we're spinning for book number 3. I'm sending vibes to the TBR wheel to pick a book from here. That would be really great. Oh my god, not even complaining. I am not even complaining. There's like tears in my eyes. I don't know if you can see that. Oh my gosh. Like, let's be completely real. I was reading this book regardless of if the TBR wheel chose it. I'm so excited. Emily Henry is my favorite author. Happy Place and Beach Read are my two favorite books by her, but honestly, I want to reread them all because I've been reading her books since she was publishing them. Like, I read Beach Read when it came out with Book of the Month. I feel like I've just been such a big fan of hers since like early days. And so every year, my highlight of the year is her new book coming out. And so this year in April, we have a Funny Story, and I can't wait. I'm pretty sure this book follows our two main characters end up being roommates because their exes like date each other, if that makes sense. So like they get broken up with by their respective partners because they want to date each other. I don't know. If you read the back of the book, it makes a little bit more sense. And so I think we have some like forced proximity. I'm assuming there's the classic Emily Henry witty banter and hopefully some depth and all the literary fiction feels. So yeah, I'm so excited. Honestly, I think it's going to be difficult for me to pick this one up because I'm going to have to wait so long for her next book. You know, like this is both the best time of the year and the worst time of the year because while I'm reading the new book, I'm going to have to wait the most amount of time for her next one. I don't know if that's just me or you guys know that feeling with your favorite author, but yeah, I am so excited. I could sit here and talk about it forever, but I'm not going to. So those are 3 books and we still have my entire physical TBR to get to. That's lovely. That's lovely. I am supposed to be reading Demon Copperhead in a book club with one of my friends, so that would be great if that gets picked because I do need to read it. The False Prince, I would really love to read that. We're just gonna see. We have 2 more books left, and I tend to be only putting things in the wheel that I'm genuinely interested in. So, yeah, hopefully, I don't even know. Oh my gosh, The House of Mirth. Wow. We have a winner. We have found a book in the physical TBR. I'm so glad. The next book that the TBR wheel has chosen is The House of Mirth by Edith Wharton. Now, this is actually, I'm pretty sure this is technically considered a classic. I'm pretty sure this came out in the early 20th century, like am I making up 1901 in my head? I don't know where I remember seeing that. But this was actually gifted to me. My boyfriend's mom sent me this in the mail because she recently read it and thought I would enjoy it. And I'm actually really excited. Also, can we talk about this cover? Like when I think of classics, I don't think of cool covers like this, but this is gorgeous. And unfortunately is totally a motivator and me being excited to read this. I don't know what it's about, so give me 1 second. Oh, that's right. I did read the summary of this. So basically it says here that it's an accurate portrait of New York's aristocracy at the turn of the century, and it follows Lily Bart, who basically realizes that her future and well-being depends on her finding a wealthy husband. We love. I feel like there's going to be a lot of like social commentary in here, and yeah, I'm just really excited to get into this. I have been loving literary fiction, and it's been a little while since I've read a classic. I did read about 200 pages of David Copperfield this year, but it's like 800 pages, and I don't think I was in the right place to appreciate that book as deeply as I would like to, so I put it aside, and I'm gonna hopefully come back to it. But this feels like a good classic to get me started. Yes, The House of Mirth by Edith Wharton. It is my least favorite part of the video. I am now going to be spinning for my last read. While I spin for book number 5, I want you guys to comment down below. Let me know your name and a book that you're hoping to read in May. So, oh my gosh. This is going really well. Like, this is going swimmingly. All right, the 5th and final book that has been chosen is Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. I actually purchased this somewhat recently. You guys can watch me get this and some other books in a book shopping vlog that I posted recently. But this is a cowboy romance, and I am definitely entering my cowboy romance era. I'm sure I'll be getting into that a little bit more in the future, but I have always, my whole life, loved country music, the country aesthetic. It is my favorite thing ever, always has been. And so diving into the world of cowboy romances, these were made for me. So I did start the Chestnut Spring series in April. I want to get into this series. Couldn't ask for more. I really couldn't ask for more. This says she's off limits, but he's never been good at following the rules. I'm sensing a bad boy. I'm sensing forbidden love on a ranch, dare I say. Yeah, this looks so fun. And it's also really short. And considering that I have been feeling really slumpy, this feels like exactly what I need. Like, I don't think this is necessarily going to be quality literature. Like, is this the House of Mirth? No, but sometimes it's just what you need. All right, so that means that these books are for another month. I will tell you guys though, I definitely need to read Demon Copperhead this month. Because I am book clubbing it with my friend. So yeah, I'll pretty much almost certainly be reading that. But other than that, I'm very much planning to sticking to the TBR wheel suggestions. All right, let's do our quick recap of all of the books that I'm going to be reading in the month of May. So let's start out with the physical TBR. So first up, we have The House of Mirth by Edith Wharton, a classic that was recently gifted to me. I'm pretty pumped about this one. And then the next one that we have is Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. I am continuing with my cowboy romance era. I think I am the last person on the face of the earth to arrive to this train, but I'm here and I've made it and I'm loving it. Then we have The Woman, the Myth, the Legend, Emily Henry, and her newest release, Funny Story. I cannot wait to read this. And again, let's be real, I was going to be reading this no matter what. Yeah, so no one's surprised by that. Then we have Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. This is kind of like a carryover from my previous monthly TBR into this month because I was supposed to get to that and I did not. So send me good vibes and encourage me to read that one because yeah, I am excited. Lots of small town books and honestly just lots of romance this month. Yeah, that's pretty funny. And then the last book that we have is Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. That's the second book in the Fourth Wing. I think it's supposed to be a 5-book series, maybe. An incompleted fantasy series that took the internet by storm. I am not sure how I feel about that. I've been reading a lot of fantasy lately. I don't know. I tend to like get in these moods where I like read a whole bunch of the same genre and then I don't want to touch that genre for a while. And I feel like right now that's fantasy. Like I've been reading a lot of fantasy, so I'm kind of ready to not. So maybe I'll start out with the romance and the classics. We'll see. But yes, those are my books that I'm going to be reading in the month of May. Please, again, let me know your name in the comment section down below. You guys are so much more than a username to me, and I really, really love this community. Talking to you guys is like my favorite part. So yeah, let me know your name, what you guys are hoping to read in the month of May. And yeah, I think that's it from me this week. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day and a fantastic reading month, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, you guys. Bye.